Hello, beautiful people. It's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today we'll go back again with another video from the Whatever podcast. Let's check it out.
As
Yeah, but man is anybody who identifies as a man.
yeah,
If that's the case, then you don't have to have gender dysphoria to be trans, because you could just self-identify as the sex, and you would be that sex.
well, I don't think that's right then.
Then you have to qualify it because you say anybody who identifies a man is a man, right?
No, I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people say that too, just to.
Then what makes you a man other than maleness?
That's a whole other can of worms to
No,
open. Yeah.
it's not. Another can of worms. If you say man is this set of criteria, okay, whatever X set of criteria is, then I'll accept that. I just want to know what X criteria is.
Okay,
But
so-
if you say a man does not require X criteria, just self-ID, well, now we have a different problem.
I see what you're saying here now. I just think it's, yeah, like you said, it's like kind of hard to like get into, because like I understand your point is that like I'm trying to articulate this, but like I see someone who identifies as a man, but I think gender dysphoria is a requirement to be trans, and there's kind of like,
Well, then how are you a man?
I see that's where I'm kind of like, that's where I like don't really know like how to.
That makes no sense. That literally makes it.
I mean-
It's a contradiction to say if you identify as a man, you are, but you're not trans.
Well, why would you identify as a man if you didn't have gender dysphoria and you have
I don't
female
see why
body
you
parts?
couldn't. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you identify as being a man even if you had female body parts?
Because why would you?
Yeah, but why you would is irrelevant to the question of why couldn't you?
I mean, I guess you could.
And if you could, are you?
Well, people can't afford to always.
If you
get
could,
surgery.
are you?
No.
No, you're
You have
not.
to
So then what is the criteria for man?
How is this a complex answer? Before now, people were not confused what a man is and what a woman is. But now, with the woke ideology, woke agenda, all of a sudden people have actually forgotten or don't understand or don't know what a man is or what a woman is. Make it make sense. So if you don't know what a woman is or what a man is, then what are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for? Exactly.
Having a male brain.
The fuck does that mean? Doesn't a male brain go in a male body?
No. I mean, like,
Do you have how would you know
Okay.
that somebody had a male brain except the body around it was male?
you don't see that, your consciousness knows. Having a male consciousness. Do you think you have a male consciousness?
I don't know what that means.
Okay. So what do you think being a man is?
I think that
Having a penis?
I think that being a man essentially has multiple criteria that we can list. We could list chromosomes. We could list
Well, yeah.
all of this, right? But really the simple way is you only have two reproductive pathways which the body can go down to.
But didn't
And
you
there's-
say
hang
that-
on. You just asked me
Okay,
to
go ahead.
define it, and I'm trying to. Okay? There's only two phenotypical pathways you can go down. Okay, two. That's it. Female, male. There's no third sex, no intermediate sex. There never has been. Not even in people who have hermaphrodite, right? Things like that. Absolutely only have one sex pathway. So only one of those reproductive organs can work. People can't impregnate themselves. No matter what their physiology is, it's impossible. So only one reproductive way can actually work.
Okay, I think that we're never gonna reach a conclusion here because
No, I think we can very quickly.
No, because
I just need your definition of man.
Okay, I gave it to you, and
What
you
is
don't
it?
agree that there are male and female brains. So we're never going to reach a conclusion. I think that there is a
I
difference
think that there's
between
male and female brains. I think that if there's a brain
And-
inside
and-
of a male body, it's a male's brain.
Okay, and I disagree. I think that there can.
What? What do you mean you disagree?
No. Okay, consciousness, sure. If you want to say consciousness instead of brain, sure, because that's
What the fuck
not
is a
physical.
female consciousness?
When you identified like that your whole life.
Well,
I would just
then it's all self-ID. So then, okay, so
you
then
identify.
so now we've got it. Okay, now I've got
Because
it.
the gender dysphoria is
Got it.
no, because the gender dysphoria is a part of that self-identification if you have a female brain and a male body.
Okay, but why couldn't you make the claim, then go and get diagnosed? They say, no, you don't have dysphoria.
You could do that if you wanted to, but that doesn't make you trans. Like, that
Well,
gives
what
you a
does?
diagnosis.
You just said it's just
Okay, it gives you a
self-ID.
diagnosis, but it doesn't
Yeah.
make you trans. What I'm saying is being trans is having a male brain or a female brain in the opposite body of your gender, and you disagree with that, and that's fine.
I'm
I
not
understand.
actually sure how it's possible that you can have a brain inside of your body that doesn't belong with your body, because it's literally in your body.
I mean, I'm sure. Well, that just gets into like the science of like how an embryo grows in like the womb. Like, there might be something that goes wrong in there. You know, like, who knows? I don't know.
Imagine, what is a female consciousness and a male consciousness? So let me get this straight. So feminists that self-identify as strong, independent boss babe or boss lady that don't need a man, since they have the male consciousness, are they men? Just bunches of confused people trying to confuse the entire society to follow them in their confusion. People that belong to Yaba left, we should be listening to them. Is how crazy it's gotten. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Wokeism is not going to be the end of the society. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, so but we can define. So your definition of a man is anybody who has a male brain.
Yes.
And your definition
Male
of
consciousness, sure.
And your definition of anybody who has a male consciousness is anybody who says that they have one.
No, not anybody who says that they do, anybody who feels that they do.
Yeah, okay. So how would you know that they feel that?
I wouldn't know. They would know that.
And how would they tell you that?
I wouldn't know.
How would they tell you that?
This isn't my like.
How would they tell you
Why
that?
does it matter what I know?
How would they tell you that?
They would use their words.
They would use their words. So
Okay, but why does it matter
hang on,
what I
would they
think?
use their words to say that they identified as a man?
Okay, but why does it matter what I think?
Well, because it's your definition. That's why it
Yeah,
matters.
my definition is how they feel. I don't give a shit what
They told you how they felt.
Okay, if they want to lie to me and say something else opposite to what they feel, that's not my like.
So then we have established that a man's anybody who identifies as a
No,
man.
it's somebody. Okay,
I do want to dispute one thing you're
Yeah,
saying.
go ahead.
That's okay. I think in the past, before it was as socially acceptable as it is now to come out as transgender, you had feminine men and you had masculine women, and oftentimes they would identify as homosexual, or they wouldn't. They would just be, butch or, more feminine man. However, I don't believe though that there's this, distinction between male and female brains. I do agree with Andrew that it is, if you're a female and you have a brain that's a female brain, and you can, even to your point about a man who just identifies as transgender, isn't necessarily going to have a female brain. Maybe he has feminine tendencies, but even with people who identify as
Theotokos
transgender,
donated $99. This is a quirk of language. The internal I means something than the physical embodiment. Same as the last podcast. Actions divorced from consequences.
I totally agree.
How do you pronounce this?
Theotokos.
Theotokos. Can you finish your thing and then we'll
yes, of
move
course.
on?
Yeah, I just was going to say that if you look at people who identify as transgender, when they go on, hormone therapy, they often experience the opposite gender's like libido, and that would be neurological, right? So it's not like they didn't have, if a man is going on estrogen, his libido is going to decrease. I mean, that's often how
because
it
of the
happens.
hormones, though.
Yes, but the hormones is neurological, so his brain in that way was always masculine, because oftentimes they will claim that they had a more intense libido before
That's fair,
going on
actually.
estrogen.
But what about women with extra testosterone and hermafrodites?
Yeah.
It's an outlier.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, again, if you're, we're not going to say the H word. Sometimes I really fucking hate YouTube, because it just makes conversation impossible. If you're talking about that particular condition, right? You don't believe that people with that condition can impregnate themselves, right?
No,
Why not?
it's impossible
Why?
because they don't have both of the female and male organs.
So
but
they only have one functional reproductive system, and so when it's
But they both-
surgical,
sometimes they
so hang
both
on.
work,
So when
though.
it's surgically fixed, which reproductive system do you think they go with? The one that works, right?
all
Because
the
that
time.
is the pathway your body develops.
It
in.
almost
Yes, yeah, hang
always
on, hang on.
favors one or the
Yes, always, every time.
Theotokos donated $99. Is it gay for the government to have a gender
We didn't
equivalent
answer
draft
this
for
one, so-
women, where women are assigned a husband and mandated to have children?
Wait, is it gay for the government to have a gender? I don't know if it's. Why would it be? Why would it be gay though?
You know what is most interesting or most appalling is the fact that confused people are trying to confuse the entire society, and the entire society should see people in their very delulu or in their confused state as normal or as okay, and take the word of somebody who is very confused, who is delusional, seriously. Before now, there is no questions about it, but now we have to listen to confused people. What is a man? A man is an adult human male. What is a woman? A woman is an adult human female. Is that simple? No confusion about it. So if feminists don't know what a woman is, what are they fighting for, or who are they fighting for? And if they don't know what a man is, who are they fighting against? Make it make sense. But let me know what you think about this. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love you to share that and share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.